Hello everybody, Hypermariosunshine here, and today we got something a little different today. And it's to, well, go over the Nintendo Direct, give basically all of my reactions, and, well, not only my reactions, but my discussion, well, how I reacted, and how the audience reacted, and stuff that I didn't record, and basically overall just discuss how I felt about this whole thing, Nintendo Z3. Before we get into that, when I went to Nintendo World at Nintendo NY, I got this, a nice little cloth cleaner for my Switch and my 3DS, my phone. It was nice for them to give that to me, and my friends and everybody else who was there. Also, another thing that they gave, which I sadly wasn't able to get it because I was pretty much far up in the line, was demo tryouts for, well, Luigi's Mansion 3, Link's Awakening Remake, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I just really wanted to try Luigi's Mansion 3 because I was really excited for that. And they also gave us pins if you signed into the Nintendo with your Nintendo account, and I was able to do that. They gave us like 2 pins, and 2 more things before that. I was able to purchase a few plushes while I was there as well. And one of them, I have one in my sister's room, but she wants to keep it in her room. And one of them I have right here is Alolan Raichu. The other one is Fauna from Animal Crossing. I want to get an Isabelle one for myself or a Digby one, but unfortunately I couldn't get it. So yeah, I have Alolan Raichu, which I was hoping for Primarina, but you know, my 2 favorite Alolan region-styled Pokemon weren't there. They had Incineroar and Decidueye, but they didn't have my favorite, sadly. Anyways, let's finally get into this. This is like my 3rd attempt at recording this, so please bear with me. Anyways, let's get started. So when the Direct began, but let's go over a few things. We're on the first floor, actually, instead of the second one. The second one, they usually have, like, you know, the projector and a lot of people there. Like, it has, like, the most room, and it had the bigger screen as well. We were stuck on the first floor since there was a lot of people already on the second floor. It's already overcrowded, and also there was a guy. If you guys know me, his name is Kirby GCN 17. GCN 17. He does like quite a lot of things in New York, like involving Nintendo. And I was actually in one of his videos. I believe it was Long Island City with Smash 4 when it was like the Saturday day. You could see me and my friend Elixir, who's actually going to be mentioning later on in the video as well. So while we were here, everybody there was actually really happy and excited, especially the employees. And there was one specific employee who was telling him about his experience. He's been working for 8 years, and he knows how to deal with Nintendo Directs. And this year, as of this recording, was the biggest one he's seen yet. So it was pretty like impressive and whatnot. So it was very crazy. And sadly, our downstairs projector, like the first floor, was a little bit delayed compared to the one on the second floor. But anyways, now that that's over, you know, they obviously told us to be quiet, you know, so we could hear what's going on. And for like the first few stuff that they mentioned, they were like, you know, people were quiet and were able to hear, but then it got very loud and I couldn't really hear anything. I'm not sure about anybody else who really wanted to hear any important details, but, you know, it got really crazy, especially when it came towards the end. Anyways, let's begin. Also, I do have one last thing to show. My birthday gift finally came. I saw that, when I was looking through Twitter, and I saw that Nintendo Soup posted that one of the the Good Smile Company figures came back and restocked, and I was really happy because I really wanted a figure for my birthday rather than just another game or card or something, or clothes. So I got myself a figure, and there she is, Isabelle. I'm really happy. I never really gotten one of these figures, and it was actually pretty cheap too. It was at like $30-something, and these figures are really amazing. I can't wait to see how it is. I haven't opened it yet, so obviously not going to use it now, obviously, while I'm recording. So yeah, we're going to basically talking about what happened in the Direct, my reactions, and maybe we're going to also be talking about like leaks and whatnot too. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh, I was about to say I thought this was going to happen again with the touchscreen, even though I disabled it. So yeah, it begins first of all with well, them showing off like Switch games and like, you know, all these little switches holding it. And we begin with our first trailer, which is the hero. So people immediately, once they saw Darkon's eye, people were going crazy. We were like, holy shit, who's this? And I could tell by the feeling of it, like, we already had leaks talking about a Dragon Quest character, and the two leading ones were Erdrick and Luminari. And obviously, as we go for, and you can see my reaction too, I do record most of it. Everybody's going crazy and wondering who it is, and then finally it's shown to be Luminari. People were thinking it was only Luminari, and it was said the hero, so we're very confused, but we're also cheering, we're going crazy. Mostly crazy, so people were popping off and whatnot. And obviously we're showing off the hero's moves, and then it shows this, and everybody's like, "There's more!" And like people are going crazy. Maybe we're thinking like another character was going to come, but we actually got the alternate costumes of other Dragon Quest heroes, which is pretty crazy. We got 2 more Dragon Quest characters, and most important, and the bigger one that everybody was seeing in the leaks, Erdrick. So yeah, everybody was going crazy. And yeah, their moveset looks pretty good. I don't think I'm going to be using them. That's all I have to really say about the hero. I was pretty happy and excited. Just not excited for it as I was for other things later on in the Direct. So yeah, obviously, and then we got a trailer for Dragon Quest XI, and obviously it's coming for summer 2019, which is pretty soon. And obviously, we got Dragon Quest XI, you know, showing off more footage from Square.
I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi from
Alright, so this part happens. So we get Yoshiaki Koizumi showing off,
many of them coming soon.
Well, introducing us to, well, none of them does Bowser, but we don't necessarily get the right Bowser. It's Bowser himself.
What? What are you doing here?
So yeah, when we saw this, everybody was cheering for Bowser, and we're just like laughing as well, because, you know, it was pretty funny. And then Doug Bowser appears and we're all clapping, because, you know, giving us praise, you know, being the successor to Reggie.
Sorry, but I'm the right Bowser for this presentation.
Yeah, and everybody was just having a good time. It was just really exciting to hear. Well, just not exciting, but like, you know, exciting to like just see this going on. Everybody was kind of like, you know, sad with seeing Bowser leave. Maybe next time we will get Bowser presenting us stuff.
But we get that a lot.
So yes, afterwards we're presented with none other than Luigi's Mansion 3. You guys seen my reaction to it, and obviously I'm really excited for this game. I hope and it's looking a lot more like the first one. In terms of the ghosts being more unique.
Luigi's invited to
and the facial, all the facial stuff looked really good. Like Luigi's body language and emotions with it, like his face moving around and his eyes. You could really tell, like how much detail they put into this. And obviously, here's our first ghost that's pretty unique, and it seems to be this little bishop guy here. So I'm pretty excited for this.
Mario, Peach, and the others.
And also this woman here, she seems to maybe be like a hotel owner of sorts. She seems to be more thicker than Peach. She's got like a Palutena-like figure, so.
The others. Oh.
And obviously Luigi has bought his doggo with him. So you could pet the doggo in Luigi's Mansion 3.
This hotel is much more than meets the eye.
So everybody was really happy to see this as well. People, the reaction wasn't as big until we like start seeing more of the gameplay aspects, and well, obviously the online multiplayer, which I did, like I was going crazy for too. So obviously we got our regular standard ghost catching, and look at Luigi's animations here, like they're just so full of life. And I really like how Luigi is in this game, along with all the other characters and the ghosts. They just have so much, like, not only life, but just like so much of everything put in. It just makes them feel more creative. And obviously, this is the part where everybody starts popping up, is the slam. And I immediately knew that was Luigi's back throw. I was just so happy to see this. I was like, holy shit. A lot of people are also going crazy. And yeah, that's Luigi's grab. And obviously, another part that I was really excited for was the 8-player online. I hope that it is with friends. I was going crazy for this. A lot of people were. So the pop-off was huge. I think it was one of the biggest reactions that day in Nintendo NY. So yeah, I didn't really get to hear much of what this guy was saying, like, you know, explaining all the Luigi stuff, but I was really excited to what was to come. You know, obviously they were showing gameplay, and you know, it doesn't have a release date quite yet, which I hope it's an October release. Actually, it'd be perfect time for it. I think Luigi's Mansion, like the remake. Actually, speaking of which, I don't know why people weren't too sure on Gooigi. Gooigi was already shown in Luigi's Mansion's remake on the Nintendo 3DS, and I don't know why people weren't unsure about Gooigi, despite the fact that he's appeared in a previous game. So I don't know why people were so new to him, even though they showed that Gooigi exists before. So maybe this is like a reintroduction. Maybe people didn't really see him or use him too much in Luigi's Mansion remake. I didn't play 2-player, but I knew that he existed and he was a thing. So there's even Smash renders. People were hoping that he had an alternate costume of Gooigi. As I probably would use that. Anyways. Still really excited for the game, especially with the online multiplayer. Hope it's with friends, and if Nintendo learned their lesson from Mario Maker 2, I hope they really do give us online multiplayer for LN3, because I do speedrun the first one. I did like the second one too, but not as much as the first. And we got this very Jim Henson looking puppet here, you know, one of his creepier puppets that he's made in his earlier works before the Muppets. And I think while he was creating the Muppet Show. Anyways, so we got this game from Netflix, which you know, I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And then we got the next big thing, which I didn't get to record, which was, well, Link's Awakening. And I'm really excited for this game. I really liked the whole Link's Awakening aspect when I was playing it for the first time. And wow, this game looks really good. I do always like a unique looking game from Nintendo, like Wind Waker. That's why Wind Waker is one of my favorite Zelda games. And this game also definitely seems to be really good. I really wish I could complete the game, but I feel like I'm going to complete its remake rather than the original, especially because it's more roomier, it's more colorful. Really excited for it overall. And there's a lot of Mario enemies too, weirdly. And there's a bad Kirby too, so I can't wait to see them in HD. I've already seen the Chain Chomp and the Pokies, and that's pretty much about it, but I can't wait to see more. And we also got our first look at the Dungeon Maker, so yeah, so this is pretty crazy. Because, this is the biggest pop-off from this trailer, was the Dungeon Maker, and maybe this might be hinting at one day a Zelda Maker itself. Maybe, not only dungeons, but just entire overworlds too. Maybe we'll do a Links to the Past, or Link Zelda's 1, and maybe Minish Cap, something like that. So yeah, really excited for this. And then next off, they show us the Trials of Mana remake and the Collection of Mana. So people were pretty excited for this. Not as excited for anything else over here, but once they showed the Collection of Mana portion. This actually looks really good, though. I can't really... my friend was really excited for this. He wasn't there with us, but he was, messaging me afterwards, and he was really excited, and he couldn't wait to buy it. And, the Collection of Mana is also coming, too, which is really exciting, because Secrets of Mana and Trials of Mana were really good games. There's also Final Fantasy Adventure also coming as well. Alright, and this is the part which many people were, shocked of. This was probably a pretty shocking reveal, rather than people going crazy for it. It was more shocking because people wondering how did they get Witcher 3 to run on the Switch. And yeah, so it's pretty cool that we're finally getting a game like this on our Nintendo Switch, and maybe it'll expand to more third-party studios getting their stuff onto the Switch. So yeah, I was pretty excited for whoever wanted it. It's pretty good. for the Switch. And obviously, this is the part that I missed. Fire Emblem Three Houses. So before I get more into this, I didn't get to record this. I wish I did, because it was one of my loudest pop-offs. So there is another leak, and besides the Erdrick one earlier on, this one also was a leak, this time from somewhere else. And this guy legit basically leaked the entire game, except for any big story parts. First of all, before we get into the leak, I want to talk about the animation. The animation definitely looks more like Shadows of Valentia kind of style and look, rather than the animation from Fate's Awakening, which I do love both, but I'm like really excited for this. And you'll see where like this kind of shows more of a Shadows of Valentia kind of feel than the others. Also, the leak, as for that, you could pretty much see that there's a time skip, and it was said there was a time skip, and they did mention specifically that Dimitri gets an eye patch when he gets older, and I think Clad, this guy over here that we paused on, he gets like, you know, beard, well, sideburns specifically, and he talks about how like Dorothea is a dancer, and which was confirmed later on with, you know, actual screenshots and video, and just etc. etc. We're getting pretty like a lot of stuff from this game. It seems to be very Tellius and genealogy / Storacia like that entire, those three games. We're getting like a Path of Radiant / Radiant Dawn mixed with like all of genealogy and Thracia, the kind of game.
From today,
Like a class reunion?
you will come, won't you?
And another thing, Eldegard's voice
Years ago,
actress was
we
replaced.
fought here as classmates.
As big class reunions go?
And I couldn't hear anything that they were saying, but we kind of hear them now. And Claude over here, he said, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's saying this is one of the worst class reunions ever. Like, it's kind of like a joking man, so I'm guessing he's more the joking kind of character. You know, he knows, like, you know, to joke around, but he knows when to be serious too. Eldegard seems to be, you know, the strong female type that, you know, very strict and serious. And then we get to Dimitri.
History. What should we do, teacher?
Kill every last one of them.
Who goes ballistic, kill every last one of them, man. Yeah, it's just crazy how this is. I was going crazy, like, I was like, holy shit, this looks really good. I can't wait for it.
We have no choice but to eliminate those
Especially,
unreasonable
people were actually popping up for, like, left, like, his sword whip thing being, like, activated.
Strong trap for the weak.
Yeah, so the animation looks pretty crisp, and just the movement reminds me a lot. Also over here, it kind of reminds me of Grima, but not really. It looks like a skeletal Grima, maybe? I don't know. People are theorizing that Grima's in the game, but I don't know. This guy over here, this is why it reminds me a lot of Shadows of Valentia, because it looks very 3D-ish, like how they look. And also the movement, the people say it does look choppy. Like, remember how people weren't really excited for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? And also when seeing Shadows of Valentia's, like, animation for the first time? And then, like, when they saw it, like, when they played the game / watched the movie, people were, like, praising it. So yeah, this is the problem. I think it's the same studio that did Shadows of Valentia, because the eyes from this guy also reminded me of Jetta's, because Jetta, he was in a cutscene in that game. So I'm really excited for this game overall, and how it is, and I cannot wait. And apparently there's a fourth path that, you know, you reunite all the classes rather than, you know, staying with one. But they all pretty much have, like, a similar story. There is nothing like Birthright or Conquest or Revelation, but there is, like, you know, a gather everyone together kind of thing, like Revelation. So I'm really excited for this overall.
Teacher.
Both sides of time are revealed to you. What shall you do?
So yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses, releasing this July. Can't wait for it. I might do a review of it too.
How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever.
So yes, I cannot wait. And afterwards, we got ourselves our first look at Resident Evil games coming to the Switch once more. We're getting new games, such as Resident Evil 0. We're also getting Resident Evil 5 and 6 coming to the Switch.
Place like that.
This might be hinting at possibly, maybe we might get a Resident Evil character in Smash. People have been theorizing that, but, you know, we can't really say anything yet about that. And obviously, you know, we have 4 Evil 1 and 0. And then we got 5 and 6 coming soon this fall. And then we got our first look. Well, people weren't really, like, people weren't cheering or anything when this first was shown. People thought it was originally something else. But, once the suit came off, people were going crazy because we got No More Heroes 3 announced. And I was really happy myself because I always wanted to try out the series, but I never really could have got, like, people were really praising the first one and the second one a lot, especially the second one. So I can't wait for the third one. I want to try it out. Maybe I'll try the first and second one on, like, emulator or something. I don't know. But yeah, people were really excited. There was, like, a specific few amount of people that were going really crazy because I think they might have been, like, some big Travis Touchdown fans with No More Heroes. Alright, so this one didn't look really that good. People were like, what the fuck is this when it was first shown? And, like, it doesn't look that good. It looks like... It just looks really bad. And people were laughing at this part with the helicopter motion thing. It was just, like, crazy and, like, confusing. It was just a whole bunch of, like, mixed reactions towards this. And it's apparently a Contra revival game. That's when people actually, like, started, like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, you know, kind of, like, reaction. And it's coming out later this year. And there's also local and online multiplayer. And then this is the part where people actually popped up, was the Contra games, a Contra collection. And that's when people were like, oh my god, Contra! Like, this got more of a pop-off than the new revival game. And then we got Daemon X Machina. If you guys know, once again, I'm going to mention my friend Nick /Elixir. We played Melee together quite a bit. And I even have some of the videos of us playing, like, many years ago, actually, maybe like 2-3 years ago. And yeah, this, I heard, the first thing, this is how I knew it was Daemon X Machina, was when he was popping off. And because he tried out the beta and he was really excited. Especially, he even told me that the game itself looks a lot better how it runs compared to the beta. So yeah, he seems like so I'm happy for him. I can't wait for him to enjoy this game. It's coming out this September as well. A lot of games this September, which people are theorizing it might lead to the new Switch model being revealed around that time or something, or maybe even released. So we got a new game here. I think it's an RPG, Danzer Dragoon. So it seems pretty cool. And then we got more footage and information for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So we can finally use the Pokeball Plus and for it. But the bigger thing for this actually is the controversy behind this. So obviously the National Dex is no longer a thing. We can only get Pokemon that are only available in the Galar region. So, for example, I know if you confirm Pokemon are like Charizard, Pikachu, and obviously the Galar Pokemon themselves. So whatever Pokemon is found within that region, like whoever catches it, or like they're in the wild, they're in the overworld, or a trainer has them, they're in the Pokédex. But let's say a Pokemon, let's say, for example, like another star Pokemon, let's say Infernape's not in the game, and you can't get any of the Infernape line, you can't transfer them over from your Sun and Moon, you can't do anything. So, sadly, people are going to miss out on some of their favorite Pokemon, but some of my favorite Pokemon are in there. I wouldn't mind, even if some of my favorites were missing, the point of a new Pokemon game is to learn the new Pokemon, and learn to find, like, a new love of sorts. So, I didn't mind the change. You know, obviously it's going to upset a lot of fans that you miss, like, you know, they wish that the older games, Pokemon were there, but, you know. But the other controversy was how the game was running at E3, and it was apparently the most hated game, but I'm not sure if it was solely because of how it ran. Also, the animations, you know, still the same reused since Gen 6, which is about, like, 2013. That was, like, 6 years. Almost 7. So it's pretty crazy that they're still reusing animations like that rather than, like, you know, something similar to Battle Revolution or Stadium or Gale of Darkness, etc. So hopefully they fix that. I don't mind if, like, because, you know, it was obviously an E3 demo, and it, you know, I'm still excited for it, and still a lot of people are buying it, and I can't wait for it, honestly. So yeah, I can't wait for it. I hope it's going to be really good. And the most important thing is, I just hope that maybe they'll have, like, maybe just to help those like more hardcore fans, to maybe update one day, like an update or something, to bring all the Pokemon in. Maybe they need more time on that rather than, maybe they want to give us like a better game. Maybe that's why it wasn't really running well on E3. Maybe that's why they made the decision. I don't know. But anyways, also another thing about Sword and Shield is a few more leaks. Yes, this is the third time discussing leaks. This time another person. Yes, this person managed to leak Wooloo, Nessa, who we actually see later on right here. He leaked Nessa. His leak came out in around I believe May, like late May, like 29th. I'd have to say his leak. Like he posted it. And he mentioned Nessa, he mentioned Milo. This was before they revealed a lot of stuff for Sun and Moon. He mentioned a She Pokemon named Wooloo. He mentioned Dynamaxing and Gigamaxing. He mentioned Sonia and the professor being a grandmother. He mentioned our rival being named Hop. And he was the younger brother to the champion. And he also said that... a few things that he also said was... He also leaked quite other things by Mako saying... I'm going to say whatever he got right. But... Yeah, there's a few other things, including a thing called Gigamaxing, which is the only thing I'm going to say, because I'm pretty sure this is probably going to be the thing that people actually like. And one of the things he mentioned is Pikachu, when you use it on him, becomes 1996 Pikachu, big, fat, and has that little lining on his stomach with the longer tail. Like, he basically looks like a chubby, small Pikachu with like a Raichu-like tail. So I can't wait for that, if he is right, which he actually does seem to be 100% accurate so far. So, yeah, we got Nessa here.
With a water-type generator Nessa,
obviously, people went crazy for her. And, can't wait for Sword and Shield once more, honestly. And then our next game, Astral Chain. I cannot wait for this game. People were really happy. Like, not just happy, but, like, excited. Because, these are the guys that made Wonderful 101. They made Bayonetta's 1 and 2. They made a bunch of action games, so I'm really excited for Astral Chain. I might get it someday, maybe. I'm not sure. I can't wait for it. I really like a game like this. So maybe I'll try it out. So yeah, it's coming out this August, I believe. I think it's coming out earlier for Japan. And we got our next game, which many people didn't really care for, and I didn't really care for it either. I was just like, oh, cool, props. Like, we're getting the Nintendo Switch getting more games. That's the main important thing. That the Nintendo Switch is being really supported. It does seem like some sort of Mafia game of sorts. Okay, this is the part where this is one of my other bigger pop-offs, was Ultimate Alliance 3. Okay, so before we get into this, so there was a poll online that was discussing which one is better. And this was a pretty big poll. This was like day one of E3, and people were asking which game looks better, which game are you more excited for, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 or the new Avengers game that is being developed by Square. And many people overwhelmingly picked this game over, the more bigger / quote-unquote more hyped game. So I'm really excited for this game because it stays true to the comic books and how they are. So I'm really excited. We got Doc Ock in it. We got Hela. Hela looks really amazing. I really love Hela. She's one of my favorite villains. Doc Ock as well. They're basically all the villains I really like. There's also MODOK too, which is really surprised. I really liked him in those little like stop motion figure videos that Marvel does. He's like the funniest character in that, to be honest. I'm really excited for this. Magneto, when I first saw Ultimate Alliance revealed at the Game Awards, I was really excited, especially when they showed Magneto. I was popping up that the X-Men returned.
Whatever's happening, we can
And
beat it.
Miles
Keep
Morales, I cannot wait. I'm not sure why Miss Marvel is here, the new Miss Marvel, but whatever. Maybe just for diversity, but there's still, there's still better choices, but I'm fine with it. I don't know who this is. I first thought it was Mockingbird, but maybe not. I don't know. And then Ghost Rider got a huge pop off as well. Like people were like that. Like he was a big pop off. Elektra, quite a big pop off. Not as big as Ghost Rider. She was pretty big in the 80s and early 90s. She was especially big in the Daredevil comic book lines. And obviously, my most excited part is, well, not only that they're more in line with their comic book counterparts, is that the X-Men are returning. We got 6 characters from the X-Men. Obviously, Scarlet Witch, you know, we already had her in the MCU and in Marvel TV shows, but now we have a chance to actually get a good Marvel TV show now that the X-Men are back, because we're not going to get any more fooling around, you know, bad writing, or hopefully we don't get bad writing or bad, like, you know, animation, because the Spider-Man and the Avengers Assemble ones looked really bad. And I'm really excited because Beast is there, Wolverine, we got Scarlet Witch, Psylocke. I'm surprised if not Scarlet Witch, Psylocke the most. And we got Magneto and Nightcrawler. Yeah, I'm really excited for the X-Men returning. And we got the Guardians as well. I'm more excited for the X-Men. And yeah, Thanos got the biggest pop-off. So yeah, Ultimate Alliance 3, July 19th, 2019. Just a week before Fire Emblem Three Houses. So yeah, we got an expansion pass, so featuring Marvel Knights. So I don't really know much about Marvel Knights. I'm not really familiar with the comic line or team of sorts. But I'm guessing it has the Black Knight. I'm guessing it has Moon Knight. Those are pretty like famous characters with those names. So I'm guessing maybe it might have them. And they're also pretty popular. They have the X-Men, so I'm hoping for characters like Colossus, Kitty Pryde, Gambit, Rogue, Storm. You know, obviously we want some of the favorites from the 90s. But they also bring the Fantastic Four, so maybe we might see Doctor Doom. We might see, you know, obviously the Fantastic Four. Maybe She-Hulk, because she was a member of the Fantastic Four. And we haven't seen She-Hulk in forever, except in that very bad Hulk cartoon that they made. Hulk and the Agents of Smash. And I'm a big Hulk fan. Hulk is my favorite Marvel character, and I'm a bit disappointed of how he was in the MCU. Like, you know, he went from here with his popularity to here. So, well, hopefully they make She-Hulk, because I really like her too. So yeah. Next up was Cadence of Hyrule. And I was really excited for this as well. A lot of people were like excited, especially showing the Zelda gameplay as well. Like, you know, knowing that we could play as both Link and Zelda and Cadence herself, and, you know, showing off, like, you know, the rhythm of the game and just overall how fun it is. So this already came out. I'm actually really surprised that it was also helped by Spike Chunsoft. They're the ones that also helped make the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series. So maybe they're working on this, and for all we know, they might be working on a new Mystery Dungeon game. I'm really excited. Hopefully they are. Next up was a big surprise, because we already knew this was announced, but we didn't get any gameplay of sorts when it was announced, and that was Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Tokyo Games. And this is very fitting, since this year it's taking place in Tokyo, you know, Japan. It's got all the famous anime mascots, you know, from Shonen Jump. It's got a whole bunch of crazy stuff, you know, games. You know, we're expecting this, so this is actually pretty big this year for Mario and Sonic. And it looks much better than any of the others. I'm actually really excited, because I didn't expect skateboarding and surfboarding to be in this year's Olympics. I was expecting more of the traditional stuff, but I'm really excited. They also got judo. Well, I think it's judo, or was it like karate or something? And I was like, that replay system with the 8-bit looked really exciting. And also rock climbing. I did not expect that at all. I also really like how they put into detail, like, you know, them wearing, like, you know, certain clothing for certain fight, like, things. I'm also really excited for rugby and soccer the most, because those I had the most fun with in the previous installments. So yes, that's going to be available November 2019, and it's officially partnered with.
What do you think so far? Now for some follow-up information on a game that fans have been waiting for.
Attention, please.
All right, so next up is this game, Animal Crossing: New Horizons. So I couldn't hear. So obviously, I told you guys I couldn't hear anything, and I wasn't able to hear this, and I wasn't able to see either, because some guy just like randomly started getting up, and I couldn't see like the bottom portion.
Please. The Nook Inc. Getaway Package charter flight will soon be arriving at the deserted island.
So I wonder if this means we're also going to get like maybe voice acting Animal Crossing. I'm not sure. I'm really excited. So yes, once this popped up, that's when I started, like, you saw my pop off in the middle of the trailer, because I didn't get to record the whole thing. I was going ballistic. And my sister called me afterwards, and she was like, you know, she wasn't really unsure. She was had mixed feelings about the game, but, you know, overall for me, I was like really excited, because I was like so happy, because I've been playing Animal Crossing basically every day. And I was like really excited. especially for this. I cannot wait. Hopefully it's like, you know, with Happy Home Designer with all like different biomes, so maybe like further you get into the island, the more different biomes we get, like maybe like a desert one, we get like a mountain one, forest, etc. Really excited. Also, this new pole jumping mechanic, I can't believe that we're shoveling trees. And hold up, we got a character shown right here. Our first character, a villager, Olivia. Also, mushrooms seem to be returning. Fruit might be falling out by themselves now. We also got like wheats, like different type. Like this, does this look like wheat? I don't know, like wheat grains and whatnot. Like maybe we're gonna do like more farming. Really excited that they're bringing back more like other stuff on the ground besides like, you know, having like your standard grass and flowers and weeds and clovers. But I'm really excited that they're having more unique stuff. Like, because I remember that they had like these more bushier grass in the original Animal Crossing games. Especially the first one had like, you know, these little patches where you couldn't like do anything. Like it was just there. So really excited for this, and obviously we get I think this is Freya. Not sure about this. I do have an entire poster with Animal Crossing characters on there, and I can't really find the sheep section. I can't find it in like 5 seconds. I'm just gonna be like, oh, whatever. Oh yeah, whatever. All right, so we got some. Oh, there's also Fuchsia right here, and that's one of the first hamster guys I remember. I think he's on the cover, and there's I think that was Goldie, and then this part I think you all saw in the trailer when I was watching it live. I was popping off super hard when they showed 8 players, in March 20th, 2020. So obviously it was delayed from. It was delayed, and I don't mind it being delayed. I'd rather get a good complete game rather than a rushed game, and you know, better to keep the employees like happy and you know, just overall feeling good about it. So yeah, I'm really excited that Nintendo decided to take care of their employees overall. Can't wait for this game. I'm really excited. And if you guys saw my reaction, I booed Tom Nook when he showed the this, like, you know, you have to pay 49,800 bells. I was booing him. I wasn't booing, you know, at the people presenting or the game itself. I was booing at Tom Nook because obviously we all know he's a scam. So, really excited for that.
Producer, Mr.
And then after Animal Crossing, we got a whole bunch of games shown off. I was really many people going crazy especially for Spyro Reignited trilogy. I might get this game finally. Coming out September 3rd, we got the Hollow Knight sequel. We got obviously some stuff that was shown earlier, Doom Eternal and Dragon Quest Builders 2. Those were all shown off. All of these games were already pretty much shown off earlier, or they're already released on other consoles. And we also got Mario Maker 2, which is coming out in next week, 9 days from now, as of this recording. And then all of a sudden, we're hit with this. So yes, the final Smash Brothers trailer for the day, for, you know, this time. We're getting 2 more characters, but holy shit, people were going crazy, and I didn't get this part of my reaction. I only got like the beginning, but unfortunately, when a certain part comes up, one of the guys jumps up as soon as this happens. So obviously we got Donkey Kong, K. Rool, and Diddy, and then the Jiggy piece pops up, and the guy jumps up, and his butt crack shows, and I'm just like, no! Like, what? Because I didn't notice this at first, when I first recorded it, but then my sister pointed it out to me, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to cut this out. Because I don't know what policies YouTube has, so I didn't want anything to happen, so I just cropped it up. But obviously, that's when everybody first started reacting. I didn't notice it because I was like because that guy blocked my view as well, so I couldn't really see. But anyways. And obviously we got K. Rool, DK, and Diddy here, like wondering who it is. I really like the attention to detail that they have here, like in their body language. And obviously when I saw Kazooie, and Banjo, I was like going crazy, like you hearing me, like I'm going, it's Banjo, and then obviously I was also booing at them as well, rather than, you know, boo, you're not giving us who I want, you know, I was basically booing them to tell them, get him out here. And obviously when Banjo-Kazooie pops up. And I really wanted to hear what music was playing too. I was like, I just want to hear the music, but you know, obviously, you know, I kind of had figured that everybody was gonna act like that. And wow, do they look freaking amazing? I was so astounded with what Nintendo does. They always look towards the older design because, well, you can't fix what ain't broke. And wow, they look amazing, and the music is freaking amazing too for Spiral Mountain. And we also get Spiral Mountain stage, and I really hope that Grunty here disses fighters. Like I came up with a good one for Luigi, like since he's my main. Like she disses Luigi. Let's see. So you're Luigi, just Mario but greener. Too bad you suck, just like your vacuum cleaner. Something like that. And obviously we got all the Nintendo cast just cheering on the Banjo and Kazooie. And obviously we know that it comes out fall 2019.
It wasn't duck.
And we can see here, if you pay attention to detail, we get Microsoft added right here. So yeah, after Atlas and then finally a new edition of Microsoft. And finally, the last game, I didn't get to get this reaction because I thought that was it. I thought Banjo was going to end that presentation. And because they said it was going to be 40 minutes long. I'm like, okay, it's, you know, we're 40 minutes in, you know, I think that's it. I was about to get up, but then all of a sudden this pops up. At first I thought it was Metroid Prime. Maybe they're showing Metroid Prime 4. But then I was like, wait a second, this is too cel-shady for Metroid. I didn't hear the music at all. It was very creepy. And they were showing Breath of the Wild 2, and holy shit, did this look crazy. Everybody was going ballistic. At first I thought it was DLC, but this turns out to be an entire new game. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? I didn't know what that was at all, until later on, I realized who it was when I came back, and that's Ganondorf. Ganondorf has corpse. To be more exact, I think he's like naked for some reason because, you know, he's dead. I guess his clothes must have withered away or something. He's just like, you know, he's gonna have like a mummy sort of thing. Maybe he'll like take the flesh of people or something. I don't know. But it's I'm just going. Everybody was just going crazy, especially since they said the sequel. Especially when this popped up, the sequel to Breath of the Wild is now in development, and that ends it. We all get up, and we had to get out of the store for about 15 minutes before heading back in to. Well, the first floor was only available for that time, but then the second one was available like in like 15 minutes afterwards. So I was really happy that with my purchases. I was really happy with going there in general. I think I'm really excited for basically this time frame of July all the way to March is the time frame. July 26, 2019, all the way to March 20th, 2020 is that big time frame. So I can't wait for all these games, and yeah, I'm really excited that I have shown this to you guys, my whole discussion. And yeah, once again, the Banjo leak as well was also part of Erdrick. So yeah, this was like a whole, everybody was like, no, it's Minecraft Steve, or no, it's Master Chief, if it's going to be a Microsoft rep, because Banjo's irrelevant, but, you know, Sakurai, you know, apparently Sakurai isn't doing this for like, you know, it's not a Nintendo decision. It's more of a Sakurai decision from what it looks like, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo wouldn't just get Banjo. I think if it was more of the money sort of aspect, they'd get Steve, since he's, you know, Minecraft is basically the highest selling video game platform of all time now, even ahead of Tetris, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching my discussion video. Really excited about that. Hope you all enjoyed it. You know, discussion on all the games, especially like my reactions towards them. So I hope that you guys could enter in discussion as well. Tell me about your how you watched it, or if you watched it with friends, because I was there with like 5 of my friends. Actually, one of them was a guy I just met because it was one of my friend's friends. Me and my other friend really didn't, like, you know, he wasn't really the best of people. He was rather annoying. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And, yeah, peace out, everyone. Thank you so much.